Implementation Unit. Let's make her welcome, please.
Thanks, Kamisha. Good morning, everybody. I take it we are all good this morning. One of the things, Kamisha talked about the teams, but one of the things I noticed when I was watching persons come in this morning is the, how should I put it now, start of the friendly rivalry already, the name calling, GIS, Ministry of Finance, I say no more. Minister Clark, permanent secretaries and other senior civil servants, Mr. Barrett, President and CEO of JADE, Ms. Tiffany Powell, General Secretary of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, team members, even though I'm not debating, team members, colleagues in the TIU, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. As the Executive Director of the Transformation Implementation Unit, I believe that it is important to provide avenues for public sector workers to contribute to the discussion on building a more effective and efficient public sector. This debate competition is designed to provide you with one such opportunity and to engage critically on the issues of transformation which is in front of us, and to do so on a national platform. As both employees and clients of the public sector, you have perspectives that are invaluable to how we redesign and reshape the service that we provide to the public. We are in the first year of the competition, and I am pleased that there are 20 teams that have registered to compete. And as I said, the friendly rivalry so far only promises that we have an exciting competition in front of us. We are partnering with the Jamaica Association of Debating and Empowerment to manage the competition. And I'm pleased to read the participants' feedback from the training they received last week to prepare them for the competition. I am sure we will have a spirited competition. And I want to thank Jade for taking this on for us. When we talk about putting on a professional debating competition, there could have been no other partner. I'm also pleased that the Jamaica Civil Service Association has joined us as a sponsor. And the president, who unfortunately isn't here, has promised that the JCSA will be with us on this journey. As mentioned earlier, it is a guiding principle of our units and our communication strategy to involve, not just inform. We have started the conversation with ministries, departments, and agencies on our current transformation agenda, and we will be intensifying our engagement with public sector employees directly in the coming months. As part of the competition, we'll be giving out over $600,000 in prizes and awards. Teams, you are encouraged to bring your cheering parties with you, and by parties, I mean people, to each match to support you as you move through the rounds of the competition. Speaking of cheering parties, there is a special prize for the most popular team on social media. After the launch this morning, we will post the team photos on our social media channels. So we invite you to follow us at TIU_Jamaica on Instagram and like us on Facebook at TIU Jamaica to vote for your favorite team. The team with the most likes will be adjudged the fan favorite of the debate competition. Immediately following the launch, we ask that all teams remain so that we can take your team photos. Ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, I am excited. I am really excited, mainly because ideas matter. To get your point across, a debate never, ever fails. And I have to kind of depart from my script for a minute. When I was in high school, a little while ago, we had a problem. So we felt that there were a group of students that were being treated specially. And yours truly decided to lead a revolt. Now, I went to Westwood High School, which is a boarding school, all-girls boarding school. And those things don't happen at Westwood. But our principal, rather than punishing us, made us debate. And the moot I will never forget is circumstances alter cases. And the group of students that were revolting had to debate for the moot. By the end of that session, we had no issues anymore. So understand when I say I am excited about this competition. Ideas matter. That is how we learn. I am sure that we'll be sharing a lot of ideas throughout the staging of this competition. This will help us as we move to create a modern public service that is fair, values people, and consistently delivers high-quality services. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Maria Thompson Walters. Ideas matter. I absolutely love that thought. Ideas matter. And at the end of the day, it is in discussing the ideas in debates that we get the refinement of certain recommendations. You know, we had to see our honorable minister in the House debating the other day. He made sure to tell us, though, that Johnny get work. We're all probably hoping that Johnny will get a work in the public sector, so he too can be a part of this competition. Okay, good. Maybe Johnny's grandmother is working in the public sector, and I don't know. Just saying. Nonetheless, right. So Maria introduced you and encouraged you to follow the social media channels. And you recognize that it's important for you to do that. I understand, though, Maria, why everybody came here looking spiffy this morning. They knew their photos were going to be taken. Make sure you have good poses. I'm going to like everybody's photo at the start. And then when I start seeing the matches, I'll decide who's my favorite. But right now, you're all my favorite team. Right? Okay, great. So apart from following on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook, remember when you're posting to use the hashtag PSDebate2019. That's for public sector debate. PSDebate JA2019. Let me do that again. PSDebate JA2019. Good? And who will be the champion? We will see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I understand, too, that there are 20 teams here. And before I call our next speaker, I have to just recognize the teams. Permit me, please, Minister. Okay. Accountant General's Department. All right. Oh, that's the team I was joining. They invited me over there. Thank you. Administrator General's Department. Spiffy, spiffy. Okay. Child Protection and Family Services Agency. All right. Okay. Clarendon Parish Library. Right behind. You see, so you made sure to come very close. There's no favor to be granted by sitting next to the minister. Okay. The Early Childhood Commission. All right. That looks like a big team. Fire Brigade. No. Yeah, man. But don't worry about them, you know. I saw them making sure everybody was put together. Okay. Jamaica Customs Agency. The Jamaica Information Service. Or respects to you. Wow. Okay. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Hello, Royal Waves over there. The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. Again, there is no favor to be gained by being connected to the minister. Good, good. Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Hi, diplomats. Hello. Hi. Yes. The Ministry of Health. All right, healthy people, they're moving, fit, okay? Ministry of Labor and Social Security. All right, MLSS, okay. Ministry of National Security. Hi, all right, good. They're working for our security. The National Works Agency. Okay, I'm a little partial to that one. Minister, is them helping you roll out the carpet, sir? Okay, all right. And I also spotted them outside, ensuring everybody was looking spiffy. I saw you from earlier out. Trelawney Municipal Corporation. All right, country people like me and Miss Walters, you went to Westwood. So you're from Trelawney? You're like me? Wow. And you didn't go to St. Hilda's? I'm slightly disappointed, but it's okay. Your sister did. All right, good. The Victoria Jubilee Hospital. Hello. Hi, nurses. Excellent. The Water Resources Authority of Jamaica. They were listen, don't take their absence today as any indication, you know. They were just really busy today and unable to join us. Jody and Swack had made sure to tell me this, but they're coming with the force of water. That's a lot of power, you know. All right, good. And then, finally, the Western Regional Health Authority. Runway Dengue, important message. Thank you very much for that. So please give a round of applause for all 20 teams. Now that was a nice vibes check, and I suspect that this energy will be carried on throughout the entirety of the competition. Okay, at this point in time, we'll be having greetings from the General Secretary of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, Mrs. Tiffany Powell-Williams. Let's make her welcome, please.
Good morning, all. Unfortunately, I don't have a motto, so I'm going to make up one while I'm on stage. Team JCSA. Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clark, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, permanent secretaries and heads of department, Mr. Danny Roberts, head for the Hugh Lawson Shearer Trade Union Education Institute, Mrs. Maria Thompson-Walters, Executive Director for the Transformation Implementation Unit, and other members of the TIU, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, we could not be here without team members. A pleasant good morning to you all. I truly consider it a privilege to honor to be here on behalf of the Jamaica Civil Service Association to share with you on this occasion as we launch the public sector debate competition. The competition, as you know, is being guided under the theme, Facing Issues and Influencing Solutions. The ongoing transformation of the public sector signals a commitment of maintaining high standards in a quest to provide quality public services, and so, in order to remain relevant and effective, the public service must move towards greater flexibility, as change is the only constant. The Jamaica Civil Service Association has been supportive of initiatives for beneficial change, and we applaud those initiatives. However, we must work together to ensure that we are creating an environment that involves opportunities for work that is productive and delivers a fair income, security in the workplace, and social protection for families, better prospects for personal development and social integration, freedom for people to express their concerns, organize and participate in the decisions that affect their lives, and equality of opportunities and treatment for all women and men. The world of work is undergoing a major process of change, and in order to understand and respond effectively to these new challenges, we must find solutions in order to be able to advance the country's mandate. This debate competition will give us that opportunity to share ideas, to build on our skills and knowledge, and most importantly, effect the changes having understood the challenges. The saying that one hand can't clap is true. So while we are given individual tasks in our own ministries, departments, and agencies, let us stand in unity and be ready to advance our public sector to meet those challenges. Our sector is equipped with the greatest minds, don't you agree? We are the engine for growth. The changes are necessary as we seek to transform the public sector in a more dynamic, efficient, and effective sector. The JCSA once again applauds the effort of the team. I say to you, team members, this is an excellent opportunity for you to hone your skills, be bold, remain focused, and may the best team win. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Powell-Williams. Be bold, yes? That's what we're expecting. And creating a more dynamic public sector. I believe that the public sector is one of the greatest places to work in Jamaica. I mean, I think when I was in university, it is where I always had my eye, not in private sector, but working in the public sector, because I believe that national service is so important. Now, there is a team, you know, sometimes when you're slightly visually challenged and you have to wear glasses and then you're in front of bright lights, it can become difficult to track every single thing. And so there's a big bad team that I missed out in my roll call. So I'm going to ask the team to forgive me, but I'm also going to ask all of you to also welcome your competitor team. It's a big bad team, you know. The E-Learning Jamaica Company Limited. Where's E-Learning? E-Learning? All right, excellent, good. So we're all back on good terms and I've been forgiven, I hope. Thank you very much. And they're ready for you. All right, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite to the lectern Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clark, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, to deliver our address. Let's make him welcome.
Head of the Transformation Implementation Unit, Maria Thompson Walters, Permanent Secretary, Mr. Danny Williams of the Hugh Lawson Institute. Huh? Danny Roberts. What did I say? Danny Lawson? Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. No, man, when I saw the Who and the True a while ago, you can't give me that kind of good morning. Come on, let me hear it the way you were doing it earlier. Good morning. Yes, because the energy here is real, and I'm doing good. I am energized by what you hear. I just hope in your debates you don't sing. You're trying not to, but it is wonderful to be here today at the launch of this very innovative competition, and I think I want to applaud the Transformation Implementation Unit. Give them a round of applause for this idea. The Transformation Unit is also a member of the public sector. And oftentimes, as a TIU works with agencies and ministries and departments of government about transformation, who are you talking, don't realize that they too are in the public sector and they have a job like everyone else. Now, public sector transformation has been with us for some time, and in a sense, public sector transformation reform, by definition, has to be a continuous process because the needs of society change, technology changes, ability to, communication, techniques change, and government has to change with it. And the countries that do well are those who can adapt their public sector and adapt their public service over time to meet the ever-changing needs of society. Now, when you look back on history, I like to consider myself a student of history, one who believes that history offers a lot of solutions to problems that are contemporary in nature. There is no civilization in the world that has achieved status of greatness that has done so without an effective and efficient public sector. Whether you're talking about civilizations in the East, early Chinese civilizations, early Indian civilizations, you're talking about civilizations in Western Africa, talking about civilizations in Mesopotamia and in the Fertile Crescent, civilizations of Egypt and the Judaic civilizations, the Roman, the Greek civilizations, and even in our modern times, the countries that dominate are all countries that have effective, efficient public sectors. So if we are to achieve our ambition, the ambition that is deep within us, that is passed on from generation to generation, that knowledge that we are a nation with a destiny and a people of purpose, we have to develop a public service that is efficient and that is strong and capable in delivering services. Many of you here today will understand that when you stand in front of that Jamaican customer, whether that customer is internal or external, you are the embodiment of the Jamaican state to that person. Whether you're from the Library Service, or you're from the NWA, from the Ministry of Economic Growth, or from Customs, when that member of the Jamaican public stands in front of you and is expecting delivery of some service, the embodiment of the Jamaican government comes down and is personified in you. How often have you heard, somebody come back from, just choose any, boy, the government, wicked is man, them wicked and wicked and wicked. Why you say that? Well, because I went to Customs and XYZ. Or I went to the Library Service and I couldn't find this. Or NWA dig up the road and then bust the pipe. Right? It's never about the large government of 120,000 people. It's always about that individual experience with an individual member of the public sector. And it is for that reason that we want to reform our public sector and to make it the strongest in our region and the strongest in the hemisphere. And it is with the foundation of a strong public service that can deliver efficiently to the Jamaican people, that is well organized, that takes account of the best practices as far as management are concerned, the best practices as far as just organizational design are concerned. That is how we will be able to deliver on the dreams that we have. So we have often channeled our desire for public service on the grounds of creating a Jamaica that is the place of choice to live, work, and to raise families. And that indeed is the vision. One of the challenges that Jamaica has experienced is, and as Minister of Finance and Public Service, I often remark that I see the fossils of the problems that we've endured over a long period of time every single day. Jamaica for 40 years has been in the zone of survival, the zone of the next month or the next quarter, who you're going to pay and who you're not going to pay, building up arrears here so you can pay there and so forth. That is what has characterized Jamaica for much of the last 40 years. And because we have essentially been in this existential crisis, the ability to take stock to step back and to reinvent. We have not had the time for that. As a result, many of the things that we had 30 or 40 years ago that would be in need of reform, we haven't had the time to do it. Our regulations, the way in which compensation is structured and so forth. In normal times, what would happen is that you are changing as you're going along. We all know that when you wait to make changes and to transform, it becomes even more difficult and more challenging to do so, to get to where we want to go from where we are today. And it is for that reason that we need the participation, we need the heart and soul of every member of the public service who you represent here today. It cannot be done by a few people alone. The transformed public service that we need is going to have to embrace all the energies of persons like yourself. The Public Sector Debate Competition is aimed at including your voice in the process of delivering that public service that can deliver the dream of the Jamaica that we have been promised and that we know is our destiny. Your voice in terms of you are both clients and facilitators in the public service process, and your voice will be important as we chart the course going forward. You will have feedback, you will have criticisms, you will have ideas that others have not thought about. And it is by creating a space, a public space, for these ideas to percolate that we will be able to make the most progress. So we see this as an inclusive process of ensuring that we don't engage in a top-down approach with respect to public sector reform and transformation, but that we listen and we hear. And in the debate, you remember, you are representing not just yourself or your unit. When the Moot comes up, you want to address it from the point of view of the entire public service. And bearing in mind the role of the public sector. Sometimes, public sector has a large voice. But at the end of the day, the public sector is 8% of the employed Jamaican workforce. There are 1.25 approximately million people employed in Jamaica. And there are about 100 and something thousand, I don't have a precise number, 105, 110, something like that, 1,000 persons working in the public service. And that public service is to deliver for all Jamaicans. So we want you to approach the debate from a holistic perspective, but also bringing to bear your individual experiences, your individual ideas, your individual thoughts, your individual critique, your individual feedback. And who knows, your ideas, I hope, will have the space for them to be incorporated. Now, debate is a wonderful process of having ideas contend. Facts you can't play around with. No one is entitled to their own facts. Facts are facts. Right? Sometimes, if you listen to politicians, they have their own facts sometimes. But facts are facts. Right? But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And Jamaica is a vibrant democracy. It is one of few countries in the world that have had an unbroken tradition of liberal democracy or of democracy over the last 70 years since universal adult suffrage. The number of countries who can say that out of the 200 countries that exist today are very, very few. A small minority of that 200 can claim that. So democracy is something that is ingrained in Jamaican consciousness, and we love to talk, which is a good thing, right? Talk in the lunchroom, talk on the veranda, talk in the bus, talk on the way to work. We are opinionated. We have ideas, and we're not afraid to express those ideas. Well, this is the format for that unique Jamaican identity to find form and to find expression in a way that is productive ultimately. So I look forward to the debates. I'm going to tune in, and who knows? I mean, maybe we have some parliamentarians of the future here. I don't know. But the fact that we'll be engaging in this process will be inspirational to your colleagues and will be inspirational to the broader Jamaican public, that we can have ideas contend and we can have a space where people can express not only goals but ways and means of achieving those goals to the benefit of the broader Jamaican population. So I wish you all well. I want you to enjoy the process, first of all, to have a lot of fun, to have a lot of fun, and to, sharpen those ideas, sharpen those arguments, make them with, I was going to say vim, vigor, but no, make them with zest. Make them with zest and with energy and with passion and with belief, and we all hope to benefit from this process. Congratulations, and wishing you the best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. All right, so you have received the full charge now, ladies and gentlemen, to go forth with those ideas to make our public sector even better. Borrowing from the words of the Jamaica Association for Debating and Empowerment, this process will be one of fortifying the mind, advancing humanity, and enhancing enhancing expression. And dare I say, in this context, it's about enhancing the Jamaican public sector transformation process. What an exciting time we're going to have. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for us to select the teams and to select how the teams will compete and assign the moots for each match. All right, the team from the TIU will be assisting me. Just turn this around. Right. So the proposition team will be, this is for match 1. In proposition will be Victoria Jubilee Hospital. They will play the opposition team, Child Protection and Family Services Agency. Matchup number 1. They will be exploring the Moot. Be it resolved that public sector transformation is not a priority of the government of Jamaica, but of multilateral organizations such as the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and the International Monetary Fund. Ooh. All right. Let's go to match 2. The proposition team will be the National Works Agency. I wonder if this is a road motion. And the opposition team will be the Jamaica Customs Agency. They will be debating the Moot. Be it resolved that paternity leave should be afforded to fathers in the public sector in the same way that maternity leave is granted to mothers. All right. Match number 3. In proposition, we will have the Water Resources Authority of Jamaica, and they will be up against the opposition, Clarendon Parish Library. The moot they will explore is someone folded these very neatly. Be it resolved that, same one as the first moot. Be it resolved that public sector transformation is not a priority of the government of Jamaica, but of multilateral organizations such as the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, and the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. All right. Where are we now? Match 4. The proposition team is the Jamaica Information Service. And the opposition, the Administrator General's Department. Their moot to achieve greater access to quality health care, be it resolved that the government of Jamaica should abolish the no-user fee policy in public healthcare facilities. All right. Match 5. The proposition team is the Accountant General's Department, and they will be up against the opposition Ministry of Health. All right. The mood for this one is, be it resolved that the government of Jamaica should prioritize training and upskilling of public sector workers as opposed to increasing their salaries. All right, let's go to the next matchup. The proposition is the Western Regional Health Authority, and the opposition, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. The moot. Be it resolved that the National Identification System, NIDS, encroaches too much on the privacy rights of Jamaican citizens. Okay. Next matchup. The proposition, the Early Childhood Commission, and their opposition, the Ministry of National Security. The mood for that matchup. Some suspense music would have been so great right there. Be it resolved that the government of Jamaica should pay public sector workers at least 80% of what they would earn in similar positions in the private sector. All right, next matchup. The proposition will be the Fire Brigade. Whose fire will they be putting out? All right. The opposition, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. And the moot. Be it resolved that allowances offered to public sector workers should be substantially reduced. Hold the great arguments until the competition, guys. The next matchup. The proposition will be the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, and their opposition, E-Learning Jamaica Company Limited, and their moot. Okay. All right. Be it resolved that the government of Jamaica should prioritize training and upskilling of public sector workers as opposed to increasing their salaries. And I think we're at our final matchup. So whose proposition? The proposition is the Trelawney Municipal Corporation. And the opposition will be the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. It is not the minister's fault that this team was drawn last. Disclaimer for you, sir. And the Moot. All right. Another repeat Moot. Be it resolved that allowances offered to public sector workers should be substantially reduced. All right. Oh. Yeah. Put them in this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope everybody at least has a first bit of idea about the moot they will be debating, the motion they'll be debating. And don't worry, there'll be a recap of all the assignments, and the TIU will further inform you. So moot assignments and the competitors, as we have drawn them, will be emailed to the team captains immediately following the launch. So not to worry if you did not write down all of your motion. Ladies and gentlemen, refreshments will be served at the back of the room, and a lounge area has been set up in the adjacent room for you to sort of meet with your competitors and start talking through things. In addition, remember, we're inviting all the teams to stay back so we can have the photos taken for the social media competition. All right? And remember, in order to just participate in that and drum up support, follow the Transformation Implementation Unit, the TIU, on all their social media platforms. It's listed on the banner right there, TIU Jamaica, TIU_Jamaica on Instagram, TIU_Jamaica on Twitter, and TIU Jamaica on Facebook. Here's to a world less ordinary, to a life less ordinary. Here's to debate. Thank you for having me as your host this morning for the launch of the inaugural public sector debate competition. Hold a moment. I think I'm getting a notice from Jody. You know, Jody, that would require an ad, the placement of an ad. Yeah? Okay. All right, good. Thank you very much for that, Jody. Jody's keeping everybody in shape this morning. So teams, I had already reminded you to stay back to have your photos taken, but what the TIU is asking you to do is to remain seated, and they will call each individual team. They will come and get you to get your photos taken. Good? We're in agreement? All right, so just, you know, smooth down the face a little bit more, make sure there's no sweat. Just look after your team members, all right? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having me this morning. I'm excited to see this competition unfold. Best wishes for unearthing some amazing ideas as we go forward together to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Have a wonderful rest of the day.